gonna be. And Tim is out here telling Ninja, man, how you gonna tell me how to do my job? And they're all like talking about this. And Cloaks, he's trying to get in here and tell everybody that Ninja's out here trying to tell people what to do. And everybody's trying to talk for each other. But the thing is that we're trying to watch If, and it's on another channel, but this is where it looks like we'll be at the Twitch station. So now, how am I been streaming about 2 seconds ago? I turned off the stream, and now we're here. Well, where can we be? Now there's these clouds in the sky with all these things in the studio, and there's purple here, and it's like, where could this have gone from? So we get these things going, and it's like, how do we mix the cloud with the purple and the light? And all of a sudden we have all these boats and stuff, and I'm like, man, Ninja, did you go on and take my boat again? And then Tim is like, where's all this coming from? And he's like, let me get something straight here, man. Let me get something straight. And it's like, what do you mean, let me get something straight? All of a sudden, people are wondering where If is, because he needs to figure out what's going on. We're streaming on a platform back in 2013, before there's ever even been, it's even before that. But we're going to go back to that's when there's Geezer War. And there's geezers. And they're out there playing Peacock and all playing all these movies about what that movie's coming out now called the One to Die of Us. Remember that movie that's coming out, that show came out called the ones about to die? I'm like, bro, you ain't got nobody coming out about to die in my watch. We're gonna have to turn the lights on for you. And it's like, well, Tim, can you explain to him about what happened when we were talking about who's gonna win this thing about the Myth and McCreamy? And then McCreamy's all like, well, it's my turn. It looks like the game has just turned on, and somebody's gone on and turned the lights back on over here. It's like, well. And it's like, hey, I have to cover because Myth is out here glowing in purple with his outfit. People are all like, where did he get that purple glow out? It's all like, man, he's out here telling people about making a myth about who's going to win inside this thing. And it's like, who going to win? It's going to be passed around until somebody don't go and claim that I'm that charming. And it's like Prince Charming is trying to be out here and says, you know what, I'm going to go and grab that thing. But right before he grabs it, Pablo puts his hand in and says, hey, don't do that, because people are trying to avoid the fact that we're trying to not be complaining about winning the game. And he's all like, complaining about winning the game? It's like, how about you do the strategy somewhere else and do that somewhere else, sir, because I'm a knight in shining armor. So the Squire comes in from the Squire comes in, like Squire, and it's like, guess what? And it's the Night King with the freaking. That's not the Squire. The Squire is now guarding like like Gandalf from getting the thing from the never-ending story, and he's all like, hey brother, let me get something for you. Let me get that door for you. He's like, Pablo, remove that hand, and Pablo's like, he has to remove his hand because he's got to get the door for him, but he sticks his foot in, and he stops the people from getting Excalibur out. And all of a sudden, Pablo's been getting Excalibur out, and he's got the Infinity Sword with Psalms, and they're running around in the summer skirmish, and Tim's like, who's gone on and messed with my Tim time clock? And Clokey's like, hey, did you say my name like they put it in my, because they jacked my username. And all like this is going on. It's like Cloxy, and it's Cloxy. It's like, well, somebody called him Cloxy. So now we're running around with Cloak, and he's thinking he's got the clocks on his wrists, and he's wearing U-boats and all these things. And then we're like, well, is that a big boat right there? And I'm like, who's going to take my boats out there? There's somebody out there running around with one of them with one of the brooms inside the game, where you go take the broom and you jump up like you're Goku and you look down and stuff and you fall. I regretfully never grabbed one of those because I was just trying to make sure that I was doing the nicest things. So then everybody's all like, what is what in here? Legion is out in the Cypher PKs and he's streaming about what we're gonna do about the Fortnite World Cups of skins. And somebody has gone on and spoken to FIFA about claiming that this is a World Cup now. And he's all like, man, I've gone on, we're going to do one out here in my side of town, and I'm back in America where we're going to be hopping on with Copa America. And it's like, Copa America, that's the person that's trying to act like Blizzard that's blocking Ninja from winning the game. And he's like, well, he's after you again. And we're out here, and it's like, hey, is that thing that has got Polar Peak on it? But guess what? Who's got the Excalibur from Polar Peak? I'm the one that's got it in all my stadiums, in all my arenas, and all my things in playground mode. So I'm running around, bing, bing, And it's like, well, we have to figure out who's responsible for Excalibur. And it's like, well, somebody needs to get the sands of time and put the hourglass out, because this time's going to go out and somebody's going to be known to be gone inside that thing to win the game. But the person that's won the game is the one that's got the lightsaber about to land on him. And he goes on, and Wonka tries to grab the lightsaber, and he becomes like this thing that he's running around like that Storm King. And Pablo's like, how do I get my lightsaber out this dude's thing, man? He's wandering around as that monster on Storm King, but they got the lightsaber coming out of his butt. But it's not in his butt. It's like above it. And there's like these magicians and stuff. And it's like, oh my gosh, how is he a magician? Because when the Storm King and the Night King come together and they meet and they have a destructive fall and there's pain, there's somebody to go and look at what happened with the part of this like situation. Like, what's the cause of death over here? Not Call of Duty, in the game. And it's like, what's the cause of death? And the guy goes, looks at this saber coming out of this Storm King's like back. It's not even inside of him. It's all, he's been glued. He's glued in it, and he's glued it on top of his back. And he's all like, somebody's gone and did their magic again. Somebody made me think that we were going to go over there and literally go out there and think that somebody's got a magic stick coming out them. But the thing is, we have to do reconnaissance about how that was even capable of coming out of somebody. So there's a dude walking around that there's a magic stick coming out of him, and he's Storm King trying to act like he's turned Willy Wonka. Willy Wonka's like, I don't give a damn. As long as I get my stick back. And he's all like, well, who's going on and take my stick? And he's like, dude, we thought you were out of it. He's like, man, I didn't die. I don't care about my ego or nothing like that. I just want my dang stick back. And y'all out here trying to act like y'all know something about being nonchalant about transversing through universes and stuff like that. He's running around. He's balancing this thing on him. The thing is that it's Loki out here trying to be Willy Wonka, and Willy Wonka's gone and gave Loki the Storm King diagnosis when they're outside and sitting. He's Maroon Mountain. And he's on Maroon Mountain when he's doing his stuff, and he's like, man, I thought you weren't supposed to be doing that. The guy in the chocolate castle is melting in his house. The house is melting on him. He can't even move anymore. And it's like, well, he's like gone on and become a different man because that thing has gone on and scarred his reputation. It's because that thing wasn't supposed to really happen with his chocolate house, man. And all of a sudden, and there's this thing going on where people started wondering where's the platform so I can start running on to it and get my trucks to keep moving on to a place that maybe show you that, hey, I may not get on that passenger, and say, hey, how many 18-wheelers I got to get going down that way. Now Amazon Prime has come in. They're doing 18-wheeler movements to say like, we ain't going to get that thing that's saying that we ain't superheroes to so say that women. It's like Sosa. It's like, I hate being like Dota, and I'm over here with Tfue in the game, and we're playing with Symphony now, and I actually have that on my thing. We actually have that on my YouTube too, and I'm with Tfue. And we're all over here playing this game, and all of a sudden it's like, does this man have two phones, or is this man a magician? And I'm like, dude, whoever has claimed that word in the sentence of time, it's like, well, there's somebody named Plague, and it's this Mr. Jerry out here playing Symphony. He's acting like Symphony in my game. And Symphony's out here wearing these emotes with the Jerry outfit, and he's all here trying to tell people that, hey, man, that ain't no magician. Let me get this straight for you. That's that one and only man named Pablo that we were in the game, and we dropped like a 40 before there was even a C-section. And it's like, well, where's that happening? And all of a sudden, there's this thing coming out where there's a C-section where we're going to sit down to watch the movie, and it's a C-section. So if you got a problem about what I got to say, don't go and get your figs somewhere else, because I don't know about that side. So we're going to maybe go watch the Deadpool 3 Wolverine movie sitting in a C-section. So that's all I'm saying. And then there's all of a sudden, there's these waters where there's a boat, and it's like, are we in the C-section now? Because it's SEA section. Well, guess what? How about we have a conversation about that later when that faucet continues to keep going out and the time is stopped and we're like trying to get into another lobby. So now I gotta get going because we gotta go watch maybe something that's on the TV in the future that you think I'm gonna get caught with the Twitch. But guess what? We're gonna have to go and watch that together, and I'm gonna put it on mute and give y'all an audio replay about that later, about how I saw the review on this movie, and I'm gonna tell you about it because we're on What If. And what if is something that has almost endless opportunities as long as you got Articuno flying around with Willy Wonka, the true one. Because Loki's come out of here trying to act like he's got these things coming out. Everybody thinks he's the Knight and Storm King because he put on his helmet. I told him, don't put on the helmet, man. It's going to get you caught up. And he's walking around. He's got this thing. He's like, well, y'all see me now. He's like, dude, you need to go and cover yourself with your outfit, man. Because your things out here, we're playing on Fortnite. And he's like, dude, I don't give a dang, man. I've been running around here trying to make sure everybody's straight and stuff, and I don't even need to be doing this like that. Over here, I'm playing with this Zilla out here, this gator. This gator's out here trying to tell me that there's these DCs and there's a gator called Golfzilla. And all these gators are coming out of these waters, and it's like, man, when is the locust coming? And it's like, well, that may happen already, and y'all ain't ready for that. That's not something that's supposed to be happening. Because if that happens, because Loki thinks he got locusts following with him, because the gators are trying to explain that that's not the way it was. The Xerxes is out here having a tutorial island about how he's got someone like these going on. And it's like, man, well, guess what, Xerxes? Let me tell you something, man. You ain't got really what it was. Somebody's going to tell you maybe at another time that that's still not the way to explain this. Xerxes was one of the magicians that was outside trying to replicate what was going on back in the day. And I was like, man, this is gone beyond belief, man. Where are all the broomsticks? All of a sudden, we're in Halloween, and I'm like, man, I didn't see all this. And it's just the Wizard of Oz has come on. And all these green witches are coming. Gamora's there. She ain't saying, I ain't no witch. All these girls are having, it's like become like that WWE Royal Rumble, and they're all like they're pulling each other's like legs and with words and stuff. And he's like, but words won't never hurt me. And so she starts getting physical with it, and she's all like, girls, y'all need to come together as one. And all of a sudden, they're inside of a Titan, and they're playing as Power Rangers, and they got all the pink rings on. They become this one female aspect of life. And it's all like, well, you think you can claim the color purple, and it's like purple, or purple, or peach, or something, whatever you want to call that. It's like, well, let me tell you something, sir. Don't go on and tell Mr. Thanos to use this, because it ain't gonna work. And y'all out here trying to think y'all gonna be able to, as these men come out here claim this color. It's like, well, guess what? That's what we've been doing. We got Twitch, we got Justin TV, we got Wonka, we got all these people, and they're all like, this is girl power now. So they're riding this mech around, and this thing comes in, she's like, hey, I've come from Polar Peak, and I'm riding around inside this in OG chapter seasons. And she's all like, we ain't gonna do this here, ma'am. And she's all like, well, I got this mech that comes out of nowhere on top of a volcano. And they're all like, well, come out on out. She's coming out wearing pink cuddle team leader, and she's in that robot. She's now playing with the monster in the game, and they're all playing, like, they're sparring and playing tickle games. And it's like, I don't want to hurt you. And she's like, somebody says play dead, because that's the way to be. So all of a sudden, there's this man laying down, and he's all like, this is how you do it. John Wick is coming in the game, but it's not John Wick yet, because we haven't got there with Halle Berry. It's the one from season 3, and he's wearing black outfit, which is not John Wick. And he's like, man, I'm dead from laughing about what y'all keep calling me. Man, my name ain't John Wick. Right now, my name's the Reaper. And it's like, what? Dude, you gone on and claimed to be Reaper. He's like, yeah, it's the Carolina Reaper Pepper distributing office, dude. He's like, people got me mistaken out here wearing that. I'm wearing black. I sell peppers. And Pepper Potts comes in with Iron Man and Avengers, and they're all coming in here, and they're all like, dude, what is this going to lead to? Are we going to go invade FNCS Grand Finals that's going on in 2024? And all of a sudden, there's a spacecraft landing that, but we think it's not a space, it's an Iron Man outfit that he's gone on and landed out here. He's landed on the outfit of Super Saiyan Goku 4 in the planet where they're training with that man that he thinks he's all an old man. He's laughing about everything because he know he's got this thing going on where he's like, hey man, you're gonna start that game up, Mr. Tim, because we gotta get this game ended. And it's like Avengers Endgame has started, but he's laughing because it's not supposed to be ending. It's supposed to be laughing about who's going to be claimed as the one coming out that faucet, the final one, saying that he's got a whole setup and stuff, but little do you know that somebody's got claims to the lightsaber. So he goes on and grabs the lightsaber, so Goku's all like, hey man, last time I said that you seen doing something like that, you were talking with Beerus. And Beerus comes in, and he's like, hey, this is not the place to be. Now we're stuck all in this Epic Games Fortnite game out there, and looking amazing, and somebody's still trying to say that they got claims to the curls. And I was like, hey, well, guess what? You can go back to Purple Circle thing and go back and tell me who's got claim to it. You're gonna find yourself in a loop going with Sonic the Hedgehog, where you're throwing rings and you're jumping through portals, and you're trying to find out who's got claims to the purple and Twitch. So now it's like, who's got it? Samuel L. Jackson's like, dude, do y'all not remember, man, that I got something with this patches on my eye? And it's like, do you not know how I got this? He's like, I'm from Avengers Endgame, but in the other universe, I was playing as a Star Wars character. That's my lightsaber. And he's all like, dude, Willy Wonka's getting people. This low key's over here like Ace Ventura when he's coming out at the ride, like off that ride, no, the mechanical bull one, and he's all not the mechanical bull that he's coming out of, and he's sweating. He's like, guys, dude, I'm not gonna stand here anymore. Here's your umbrella. And Rihanna's, he's like, under my umbrella, come in singing songs about all the situation. I'm like, dude, how am I the only one with the Storm King umbrella and then in the outfit? Myth is like, let me break it to you, man. There's a myth out there about where we're gonna go, who's gone on and took me on with Summit. And Summit is going up on top of this thing, and it's Ninja, and everybody's all like, where's the first time we have Daquan and Summit and everybody close nearby. And Summit's like trying to build up to Myth, and he's getting up there, and this is all a 1v1 situation where we gotta pause time to see who's better than who. And then we're back to being in the OG season, and Dakota's back in North Dakota trying to act like he came from that show, but he's the one that showed that man how to be that way on breaking. And I was all like, hey, let me give you something, man. You come over here and I'll tell you more about it. Come and tell me more about it. We've been waiting a few years for something like this to go on. And it's like, well, something you don't know is when we get the Twitch family going and Tim the Tap Man's out here controlling time, but he's not low-key. He's the one distributing all the stuff to low-key. And now Tim the Tap Man now is holding all the keys. And now we get that elf coming back from Santa Claus saying, hey, man, you gone and take my keys, Tim. I was walking around, I put it in your house. He's all like, dude, let me get something for you. So let me tell you something about it. So Ben Affleck makes an entrance to where we're coming in. He's all like, dude, I've come from the future to let y'all know in 2800 that we're Batman Beyond outfit when you're coming to see me next time, because y'all darn lost y'all's mind if you think somebody's going to be purple instead of pink. And it's all like, is this purple or is it pink? And ASAP Rocky comes in from the Alps and he's like, hey, yo, we're out here doing this stuff. And it's like, yeah, like purple stuff. Big Mo is coming in and all these things, and all of a sudden the llama says, do y'all not remember where I was when I was telling y'all who's gonna win this game? It's the man that went out there and said that he's gonna go on and change the subject of what this is gonna be. And it was the one that continuously changes this thing. And the llama is like, if y'all don't get things straight, and we're just gonna, she's out here just giving Slurpees out. And I'm like, girl, I told you one time that if you get caught outside one time and you're getting in danger, I'm going to have to cover up this area. And she's all like, well, you keep doing that anyway, and I'm the one that's supposed to be protecting you, Mr. Pablo. And he's all like, well, guess what? Let me go call Mr. Jones out there. So Mr. Jones comes out of the bunker, and he's like, dude, man, last time I spoke with a llama like this was back in the day. He's got a long beard. He's Bunker Jonesy. And he's all like, dude, I have lost contact with all llamas, and I've been asking to speak to them since I got banished because I went into Willy Wonka's chocolate factory, and Willy Wonka didn't want to split the 27 million with me. And he was like, what do you mean he didn't want to split the 27 million? It's Charlie from the chocolate factory, and he's become Jones in the game, but that's not his real name. It's Charlie. And he's all like, hey, I saw him doing that one time because he was upset about what he did with the chocolate when it was getting heated up. And he was all like, I'm the one that knows you got trouble. And he's all like, you hurt me all the times. And he's like getting very tough on him. And he's all like, hey, you tell that guy that I didn't even go back into my bunker like I did the other day. And if you bring out Peely and he's got what I need, and you tell him that he's got to go get Golden, he's got to go back to get 2009, where we're trying to replay downloading Xbox or downloading GoldenEye on paintball mode. So Peely's running around paintball mode with the golden gun, and then the golden boy from all these people are trying to be like, I'm the man, I got the golden touch. It's like all these things. And he's like, I got the golden touch. It's like, dude, listen to me, Xerxes. If you don't get back over there, I'm going to have these gators and things telling you what to do back in the time that you came from. Because if we get going on this thing, we're going to not be going on who's going to be ending with the team top man telling me who's going to win the game. So Xerxes is out here, and they're out here trying to get stuff going, and it's like, hey, well, where did this come from? Well, Xerxes is trying to make claims to the Iron Throne, because he's trying to lay down, and now he's not trying to lay down, he's trying to be sitting on a throne while somebody's carrying him. And it's like, so somebody goes on, it's like, you want to get on the throne? I got you. So he goes and sits on something that's called a cylinder that's going up like to do a funnel, and he sits on it, and he's like, what are we doing? And it's like, bro, you keep coming after me, and you keep doing these old school type jokes, and Banana Peely's out here metamorphosizing golden skin things. He's going to turn into a cylinder in anger, and that's not really, he's turning into a cylinder, because when you get a banana and you get it to a cone, he's going to be all like, well, that's like a pyramid sphere. It's like, well, Banana's there. He's not a bad guy. People call him Peely, but you know what he's got? He's got the legendary band hammer on everybody. He's like, who's gone on to my server and stuff like that? And it's like, everybody points at Xerxes, and everybody's like, that man. And I don't know why they do that, because then I'm like, the llama's all like, man, this is very sad, because that wasn't the one that was supposed to go so bad like that. It was the person that he was following back in the day, because he ain't got no idea. So now all these people are going on with the St. Louis Ramses, and then all of a sudden it's like dawn on all these people from back in the day. They're like, I can't win the Super Bowl now. We got to reverse time, because I'm going to be considered I'm with Ramses, and all these people from that are doing all this stuff that are hurting people. And it's like, well, when you get that figured out and we get it all nice, maybe there might be a way to get things going when you start moving the water inside of a faucet when there's sand. So there's the thing, and it's like, we're in the sandbox, and it's like, let me start drawing about, hey, where do we go from here, Articuno? And now we're riding around. Loki has now parked the bus playing FIFA with tactics, and he's gone and parked the bus. Everybody's still sleeping in the Arctic, and they're now getting a little cold. So somebody like the weatherman got to make an appearance, and he's like, I'm leaving the game over here to go to the other game that's down here. If it gets cold out here with the storm and stuff, we're going to need to get a Storm Scout rifle, and you're going to see me on the other side of the planet. So all of a sudden goes, and there's somebody's darn gone, and when that, I'm not going to tell you about who got the game on it. But the llama's out here saying, well, space-time continuum has changed into one thing. Back to reality in this scenario. And the game is like, snap back to reality. This is how we do it. And he's all like, dude, listen to me, man. Whoever snapped back this to reality right back, you need to go put on the snapback and go back to wherever that show was going on. And you go get your canned soda from Rebby. Because there's something going on here. Because this man ain't supposed to be known like that. But one thing is, that man that did this with him on that stream shouldn't be known like that either. The thing is, the game, and that's how we do, and come start rolling in, and and all those mechs are coming out of this freaking volcano, and they're all playing like they're Power Rangers, trying to claim the color purple, and Twitch and TV, and all these pink colors. ASAP Rocky's performing with Marshmallow in the future, and they're all here like, hey man, how are we going to mix purple with white? And it's like, well, that's what you get, and then you get pink, and it's like, well, guess what? Mr. Pinkman from Breaking Bad makes his entry here, and he's like falling down the roof again, and everybody's all like, dude, are you okay, man? Dude, you need to get in the car really quick. It's like, dudes, where's my car? It's like, all of a sudden, Pinkman's like been invited in the car, but he don't realize that he just hit his head when he fell on the ground, and he said, hey, dude, drive my car. He thinks that the guy said, hey, dude, drive my car. So Pinkman's out here driving around this police car, acting like he's the Blizzard, and he's out here talking to Dakotas, and Dakotas is all telling him, hey, man, you need to watch out while you drive that car, because you got Heisenberg in the back, and he's going to look like he's going to jail. This is a good man. He's got cancer. And he's all like, dude, what y'all talking about, man? I'm out here doing my thing, and there's somebody going in my house. And he's all like, well, guess what, man? You need to get Dakotas in here, in the back over there, telling him, hey, what to get figured out, because if he don't get this corrected, Dakotas is going to be like, hey, what about my technique about this gentleman? And this gentleman is going to be like, well, what have I found here? And he's like, I found something going around when we were driving him down when I was tying my shoe, but I have to tell about that later. So now Dakotas is out here trying to get the copyrights about how this guy gone darn and jacked his voice audio and all these things. It's like, dude, listen, man, don't y'all remember that Wonka was trying to get everybody to go and do the copyright stuff? And he's all like, listen, man, he's gone on and Dakotas is out here still streaming live now. Not saying this is bad. He's like, he might be on right now. And he might be telling everybody, like, dude, finally somebody's gone on and told somebody about the Breaking Bad band that's gone on to take my voice aspect to everybody. I'm lead by example. I'm the one that does this every single day. Just because that man gone on with this nice, like, loving, innocent voice doesn't mean that he didn't get it from his role model. And now Dakota's out here, he's streaming, and he's all like, well, where's HD? And it's HD is all here talking with a huge voice, and they have a different style of voice. And Heisenberg is now acting like HD. And it's Heisenberg D. And they're all like, hey, how are we going to do this, man? We got lost and we're stuck in this stream, man. And it's like, well, guess what? We're in high distortion there. ASAP Rocky's out here. It's like, is this purple or is this pink with Drake? And they're all singing. We're lost in this environment of, wait, how great can this get? And all of a sudden, the thing is that the llamas are purple and pink. And one's like, she's like, let me tell y'all one more time. The clock is gone on. And she's going, keeps going. It don't keep stopping. It doesn't stop. But the thing is, somebody with this game, we gotta queue up into a new lobby that has more hours. And it's like, well, hey, how many hours you got left on your punch-ins? And Eminem is working at the factories back there trying to get his punch-in. And the ladies all like trying to, like, when you spit your things out, it's like when you go out and have a battle rap, they're all trying to get this in, but he's getting it punch-in. And he's all getting this grease upon his hair and it's smelling and stuff like that. He gets his hair done and it's all like looking back, and it's Brad Pitt with Robert De Niro. And Brad Pitt is with, what's his name, Leonardo. Leonardo are coming out of the nowheres, and it's like, dude, that ain't even Leonardo, that's Ninja Tyler Blevins, man. He's trying to act like Eminem, and everybody's getting lost because they don't know who the main actor in the Eminem movie is. And Eminem is out here trying to say, well, guess who it is? It's Slim Shady. Y'all don't know. And now we're starting to see all these dudes in Slim Shady wearing the same color hairs, and they're all 500 of them wearing this thing, and in fact it's 300. And now the 300 Russell Crowe is acting like he's got the same Slim Shady. It's like, you know, my name is Slim Shady, and they're all like blonde and white, and they're all running around. It's like, we're the 300 now, and we don't necessarily think we're going to be consoling with Xerxes anymore. And it's like, well, why have you gone so far to say that, sir? It's because last time that happened, I was a little shocked and lost for words, because something happened here where there was all these things that I'm not necessarily with. People think I'm like the death of Slim Shady, like that album, but it's not really what I meant, man. It was the debt of Slim Shady, the debt that he was paying with the debit card that he got in debt for. But the guy, Eminem is so nice that he's like, dude, my goodness, this is awesome. This is not the way I was supposed to take it, but I'm not mean with my producer, because he's out here doing, I still got Dre with it. And Dr. Dre's all like, dude, I thought you said this thing. It's like, well, man, I ain't gonna tell you no. I'm just gonna get the door for everybody, because we ain't gonna go do this. So now we're stuck back in Game of Thrones where the trees are, man. And then it's like, dude, let's get this going and we're rolling and stuff like that. We did ways to do this. And that's how you do it, and that's how we're doing it. All of a sudden, there's like this huge party mode inside of the freaking Fortnite, man. And all of a sudden, there's like party mode, and it's like, guess what? And somebody hits me with a water balloon, it's a purple and pink. And Drake is like, man, that wasn't me. And Shaggy comes out here, it's like, that was Mr. Bombastic down this road. And they're all coming down, and Michael Jackson's in front of Oprah and still making the beats and stuff, and Oprah's trying to make a featurette in there, but she's gone and did it. So now there's Too Close saying, hey, man, let's go and get this song going with the Backstreet Boys and make a huge song together, mixed up, and we're doing this with everybody coming out, man. So Tim is like, wait, this is getting out of hand. Can space-time continuum hold this together? All of a sudden, Pablo makes an appearance, but he's wearing the Galaxy outfit with white hair. And everybody's like, wait, what are you doing, Mr. Pablo? Why you got that white hair, the Galaxy outfit? It's like, I'm not here to tell y'all what to do, or something like that, but y'all think I can't hold on to the space-time continuum. Y'all gonna have to make another situation again where we gotta get the time police to tell them who's gonna turn on the game to start on to finish the game that me and Ninja were having a game with. Because, like, we going on and I'm out here wearing a space outfit, but it's not that I'm out in the uniform and wearing an outfit that I'm out in space. It's just the outfit of galaxies and universes. And it's like, dude, if we got to keep going like this, I'm going to call Mr. Time in. And Mr. Time comes in, it's Tim again, and he's all like, hey, man, y'all out here trying to make these things and stuff. I just got to make sure that it's okay with him. So all of a sudden, Dr. Lupo comes in. It's like, we got to get in all these people in here. And it's like, hey, who thinks they've gone on and claimed my skin? When it's like, what do you mean gone on? Somebody's come out wearing the woman galaxy skin. And he's all like, hey, man, where happened? I got my hat on, and y'all out here trying to claim this. It's like, dude, I've been running around, and we got into a stream with everybody in the server. They were all about top 100 of them, and they all were trying to get in. It's like, you don't think I was there? I'm the one sitting here with the hat on trying to make sure we're back in Super Mario. Because it's like, well, guess what? Well, you're waiting because everybody's taking so long. And he's all like, man, what do you mean by that? It's like, dude, I got the game on with Face Sway because he's wearing dark Bright Bomber, and we're out here playing Luigi's Mansion with Mario while y'all out here getting this game, trying to get the server started. So 0 Point Energy is like, hey, come on, Center Point, 0 Point, you need to continue and tell me something, bruh. Y'all need to come out here. The 0 Point Energy comes out, and 0 Point comes out with Chrome, and they're all like, dude, you finally doing this, man. Y'all are finally coming out of the 0 Point, and y'all are out of there. And it's like, well, guess what? It's all inside of Tim's hands and Pablo if he can go and get this situated. But it's like there's a situation about identity control. And Mr. Zilla's like, I've had that same problem. What are we going to do here? And it's all like, dude, Galaxy and Mrs. Galaxy, which is not really, we don't even know where she's come from. She's over here having a freaking white hole coming out her back, and he's got that one. It's like, well, this is yin and yang, and we got going to meet somebody named Kim that he's out there doing something on with the interview. If we ain't gonna be doing this, we're gonna have to restart the battle bus, and I'm gonna show up as Mr. Kim Jong-uno. And all of a sudden, Kim Jong-uno's now got a skin in Fortnite, and we're all going off the battle bus. It's now Christmas time. I got Yuletide Ranger in the back trying to say he is ready to go back and getting some cookies and stuff because he's got some stuff going on with the elves. And the elves are like telling him, man, Yuletide, man, whoever made that necklace for you, you need to go and tell them how you did it, because that's the way you win. He's like, dude, I'm wearing the legendary necklace. He's like, well, it's under my shirt. It's the shark tooth bait one. And he's all like, the shark tooth bait one. It's like Bateson comes in and he's like, dude, we're playing FIFA and we're gonna continue winning these games on the red light district. And it's like, what are you talking about, bro? This is the purple light district. This ain't red, man. You think I'm out here using some CGI or something? But based upon what we need to get going, Bateson's like, yo, pass it on to Mr. Mike LaBelle, who's out here doing stuff with Mike Tyson, trying to figure out how he got that stuff tat on him. So we're all streaming all this stuff, and we're like, man, Articuno, come out here and do something, man. And Articuno he makes the mistake of like, hey, Simon says this, and you don't do this, and he accidentally listens to what's going on, man. And all of a sudden, it's like, wait, what are you talking about? And Articuno was supposed to act like they were playing like that situation, like how they do with Toys R Us in the back, where they can't act like they're doing anything. So all of a sudden, he makes a movement, and then Cypher's like, man, did you make a movement? You need to go back. This is the fifth, not FIFA World Cup, turned into the Skin World Cup. And it's like, you made a movement, and then you need him, we're pulling on to the third level. And where I said, Simon says, dude, and you're moving, Articuno. All of a sudden, Cypher just goes on with the golden gun and takes out Articuno into another Space Jam reality where I'm having to take on Articuno's psychological assessments. And Articuno's like, well, dude, I was just laying there and I was giving people rides, and I'm not gone or anything. I'm still there. I'm looking at myself. And it's all of a sudden that bald lady comes out from Deadpool 3 acting like she's from the Mr. What's this called from Doctor Strange. And she's like, hey, I'm not really that lady that taught Doctor Strange. I'm actually the lady that really on and like is gonna be helping with split personalities, because right now I gotta help out this Articuno that's darn lost his mind, thinking that he's over there at the same time with Future. And they're all like, Future comes in, he's like, Tim, you heard about these people out here splitting time in half and stuff like that? You know the last time somebody split an atom, what the color and the look of the thing looks like when you do that? And it's like, well, you gotta be careful, Tim. And it's like, well, did you not tell the person that might be making those shapes and forms with the sense of time that he takes forever when he's doing it to make sure that somebody gets credit for being the greatest? And he's like, well, guess what? I didn't make that decision. Somebody else said. y'all being mean. So when he's out here painting those things, when you split an atom in time in half, you got Black Adam and you got the freaking you have Sinbad. You have two genies in competition, and they're all like, man, what is this, man? Boom. Oppenheimer's outside trying to wonder what is he looking at, because he's darn spent all his time with Eisenhower and everybody to get this thing going, and it looks like this. It's like there's one thing that's like there's another llama steps in. It's like, guys, I'm gonna tell y'all both on each side that thing that's about to split. You need to make sure and tell these guys to cover their eyes because it's a little bit X-rated. All of a sudden, a mushroom comes out of the sky, and Oppenheimer's like, I didn't see what it was, but I felt it. And he's like, I think I've learned to be the Reaper. So now Peaky Blinders is trying to be the Reaper, and then it's like, but did you not realize he was the wrong Reaper? He's the one having peppers that you take and you get speed inside the game. He's the leading distributor of this. So they're all like, dude, what has happened here? This all comes together in a sense of 0 point energy. When you get the energy and you put it together, you have to make sure that there is something to gather all these things. So when people start coming out and there's a 0 point and they're coming together, there's like, we're still floating in this area, and all these skins are coming together, and they're all like, hey man, this is a grayscale. Breaking Bad, Heisenberg says this is hot and this is grayscale matter. And this is what I've been looking for. Heisenberg's in here now wearing his hat and sunglasses with Pinkman driving the car, and you got Dakotas in the front seat. And they're running to get to this bowling alley. They park the car, and they're like, man, I left something in the luggage, but I got a game to get to. So all of a sudden, we're here at the bowling alley with Big Lebowski trying to say, hey, man, there's somebody out here that I might be having to get my game on, and you're messing me up. The other one comes in from the Flintstones. He says, hey, brother, y'all have some news for me? He's like, we got a police car in the back, and it's parked in the front back side UGK. And he's like, well, what do you mean UGK? That's one of my favorite rap songs. But everybody's talking about that Big Mo sipping stuff with UGK with Pimp C, and talking about we're going to go to the C section. So now I'm talking about Pimp C and Purple and Drank and all this stuff. And it's like, dude, listen, man, the llamas are going to come get us again and tell us, listen, we got something going on, man. So Pimp C's out here trying to make some music about a pocket full of stones when they're on top of this mountain called, like, this really very scary one where there's water coming out. He's done and did everything, and all If is trying to do is get back in reality with Deadpool 3 and Marvel. And this is what it's brought to you by Prey Promotion. But we should go be watching the movie right now, but we're over here trying to figure out what's these lights on. And it's like, wait, what are these purple lights? Is it purple? Is it pink? And Drake is still like, it don't matter, dude. And Lil Wayne comes in, he's like, dude, how you gonna say it don't matter? It kind of does matter, because the more it gets dark purple, it's the more that we're gonna be having to go back to Flush Factory to get started on the situation about how we gonna get this stuff going. And then Justin Bieber comes in at 2011 with Soulja Boy, and Soulja Boy's like, dude, listen, man, if y'all gonna make me trouble and take away what we're doing at Flush Factory and down in Slurpy Swamp in the future, we're gonna have to see who's got $1 million recipe on this. And they're all like, dude, have y'all not seen that it ain't for sale? And all these things are now we're back, and we're leaving Afghanistan because we've gone and distributed our area over there, and then we're just like, hey, we're trying something else. We're going to have to go back to the United Kingdom, where they have to have their situational discussion with the DC universe about how we not protecting this area anymore. But I'm not upset with it, because that ain't none of our business to begin with. The reason is like, well, begin with, it's like now it's the Looney Tunes coming out, and they're all like, man, Bugs Bunny's in here, and he's wearing purple, purple velvet. And he's all like, man, I'm just trying to sneak on by, but he's like, don't call me that, it's a Pink Panther. And they're all in the back seat of my police car, sitting in the back trying to act like they're trying to get the car on. And then Big Lebowski's like, dude, we gotta go get this police car and tell people about what we're going, but we're not gonna tell nobody that y'all did anything. So now Mr. Big Lebowski's coming in driving, and he's got the suitcase with him still, and they're millionaires, and they're running around with Pinkman and the guy, Mr. Dakotas, and they got them all in the back, man. They're all driving around. It's like, dude, it's like they get pulled over by another police officer because he's got this. They have gone drunk some stuff at the bowling alley. So they got and went and had a couple, and he's driving. His Big Lebowski's driving the police car. And it's all of a sudden, I cannot understand what's happened here. There's a state trooper that's gone on and picked up from Dumb and Dumber to pulling up on Mr. Big Lebowski. So people are trying to figure out what's the copyright, and Dakota's is like, man, that somebody's going to decode my situation. And there's a gentleman named Mr. Wonka out there. He's actually uncopywriting my situation where, like, people are trying to take my skill. And it's like 5% skill, 10% energy. And he's all like, man, let's go out there. Somebody's really doing this for me. So Dakota's just like sitting there quietly waiting for somebody to finally uncopyright him on Breaking Bad. And it's like, dude, who's going to take that? But that's where we're letting it go. So all the time that we're wasting in the police car, Dakota's just ready to get to the station and put in an effort about telling, hey, guys, all y'all rounding a pawn, here y'all villains trying to do stuff like that. It's the Dark Army out here if we ain't going to get my thing from Breaking Bad and Heisenberg. So the emotes start coming out of the freaking Darth Vader's, in Asylum. And it's like Darth Vader's asylum, dude. Joker's like, dude, I haven't been in Darth Vader's asylum ever, man. What do y'all got going on in here? We got Jabba the Hutt and shit out here holding people hostage with that lady that's singing songs, and she's wearing green with Princess Leia coming up. And it's like, dude, that's the lady that was supposed to be stalking with Mr. Gamora, and now Mr. Peter, Quill's coming in. He's like, dude, where's this situation at? Because now my girl's stuck in this area with Jabba the Hutt is about to eat people up with that thing. He's gonna feed people, and he's out here acting like this is a festival and stuff. So Jabba the Hutt, it's like, gets Bam Bam comes out and he starts picking up Jabba the Hutt like this, and she's now, we're free, and singing, and we're free, and she starts singing this song in this different language, but that's just her cousin. And all these girls are like, man, look, man, we see y'all doing all this, but y'all trying to still continuously take the credit for the purple and pink and stuff. That's just how it's gonna be. So now we're back on the island when these girls are arguing with the mechs, and he's like, get the mechs out the game, get the mechs out. And Face Sway's like, dude, y'all talking about Mexicans or what? And I'm like, dude, what are we gonna do here, man? This is not the way we're doing it, man. Because Mr. Sway, we ain't gonna be out like telling people what they can and can't do. We're out on playground trying to make seeds. We got hot box things and make full box. And it's like, we don't have that come out yet, man. How can we go around and do a 1x1? And he's like, what are you talking about 1x1? Have you seen Mongrel when he had it on complete energy unlimited? And he goes like, he's like doing all these things. And he goes up there and everybody thinks that he don't have skill. Mongrel comes in from the EU and they're all like, dude, what y'all got going on in here? So Clicks is all like, let me get on this speedboat as fast as I can. Because if that speedboat over there ain't gonna get something, that over there might get something. He's back in Pennsylvania acting like he ain't got zero ping. And he's out here trying to take all these people's boxes and everybody and stuff like that. It's like, yo, dude, how did y'all get back into playground mode? And Clicks is like, I just had to click a button. And all of a sudden, Adam Sandler's out playing that movie Click. And he's all like, dude, what's happened here? Hancock's coming out and he's all like, dude, this has gone beyond what I believe. Somebody's out here taking my lead. Hancock doesn't know that he's been I Am Legend, but Zelda, he does know it internally. Zelda's like, it's 12 o'clock still. I'm trying to get back to my Link. And she's like, dude, all of a sudden Hancock's flying all the way down there. And he goes, he falls right through the roof. And President Bush from Harold and Kumar is saying, man, not again. This is my house, and Zelda's upstairs. And he's like, dude, let me give you a lesson on this. Kumar's now in here saying, not again, man. Not this situation. We have to do something differently here. Because this man keeps con arting everybody out here. And we need to go on and say, hey, I don't think that's the right way to be when you're talking about my leprechaun. And Zelda's like, wait. You're telling me about my leprechaun. You're the leprechaun. You don't snitch on me. You know the rules. And Zelda's out here trying to tell me, you know who really is a leprechaun. It's the constable that's driving the dang car. It's Peter Quill. He's acting like he ain't trying to be nothing because his dad is ego. But the thing is that he can go on and be the leprechaun because his dad tells him what he has on his planet. So the lady starts doing psychological help. She puts like Thanos on Peter Quill, and he's all like, dude, one time I was going into the Big Lebowski and I told him, dog, I'm going to have to try one day to speak to a leprechaun and see how lucky this man got to go on and press the lottery button to queue up in the same game as Ninja Tyler Blevins, and Tyler goes backwards to find him while he's standing his ground like we're on a Texas barnyard. And all of a sudden, there's chainsaws going off in Gears of War, and it's like, dude, this ain't going to be the way you think it's going to be. But it's like, because Marcus Aurelius is coming through, and he's all like, dude, we ain't going to do this today. because in that genre, it's something that I don't even know what it was, because now it's Scary Movie 3, and the guy's trying to serve mashed potatoes, and Mr. Potato Head's acting like he's out of it. But Mr. Potato Head's remembering about some dude that was one time trying to serve mashed potatoes on Scary Movie 4. And he's all like, would you like some more mashed potatoes? And like he's afraid. He's like, I just want to hold on to Mrs. Potato. And they're all together, and all of a sudden you see these guys, Oppenheimer's out there looking about what's going on, and the llama's having to tell, dude, you may not know who you are, Mr. Oppenheimer. You aren't supposed to really be doing this, but what you're going to be seeing is something with your eyes. So you may want to cover it up, because this is not the way you're supposed to be doing things. All of a sudden, Oppenheimer's like, wow, this is what happens when you split an atom. He's like, wow, goodness me, what is that? It's a mushroom cloud. And it's like, dude, what in the world? The Mushroom Kingdom's coming out with Sonic the Hedgehog on the back end, not even close to that cloud. They're coming out and they're like, dude, this has got me a little bit confused, because that looks like somebody was putting up the bat signal up in the sky. And it's like, we're coming out here from the Mushroom Kingdom with Mario, and all of a sudden it's like, dude, what has gone on here? Peaches is here. Bowser's over here talking about, screaming about Peaches. We're like, hey, dude, can you go on and tell me how this leprechaun was able to get this man into the game with Ninja? Because we need to continue to finish that game to see who gone darn did that. He's like, well, who gone darn did that on the door? And it's like, well, let me tell you something. Get the door for you, and I'll show you how you turn on the lights. And it's like, turn on the lights. And it's all of a sudden, it's purple lights everywhere. We need to get this game going and finish it so we can go to the next lobby. But we don't want the lobby to completely deteriorate, because somebody's going to have to claim the Iron Throne. But the Iron Throne has been claimed by some dude that we don't know who's going to be, because now Daenerys is walking around. It's just like, man, I have been with Jon Snow. And Jon Snow is like the beast inside of her. It's gone mad and trying to reach me. And now he's live on TV with Jon Snow, Kit Harington. And Kit Harington's like wandering around here with Daenerys, and she's like, it's snowing inside of my kingdom. It's like, what is this? Is this ash or snow? It's like, well, Jack Frost has come in because he hasn't let go of Rose in the Titanic. Jack from Leonardo DiCaprio's Titanic is coming in here, and he's done made it snow in here, even though it's the summer. We're out in Cersei's Lannister's area in the summer. So we're all like, dude, why is it snowing in here? And she's all like, well, you know what? I've gone on and had to do something else on the side with the Golden Army, but I'm not so bad as it looks, because it's not so bad when things are going good. But so I'm looking at this person going down where all that dragon fire is with the liquid. And then the llamas are like, this is the one place we never step, because they got a liquefied fire. And it's like, why don't you do that? Because last time Pablo grabbed one of those gas containers, everybody's coming out the streaming gas container like igniting, liquid nitrogen. And the thing was that it wasn't liquid nitrogen. It was a whole family of these people that it turned out to be something that, hey, they're just making an entry like WWE and the Big Show and Triple H, and they're like, psst. And all of a sudden, Oppenheimer's looking at all these wieners coming out, and they're all like, dude, we're giants, dude. That's just a smoke cloud that you think it is, man. We're coming out here. And I'm like, dude, how are y'all doing this? So these men are walking around. It's like, dude, we need to get figured out here, man. You got punked, Mr. Oppenheimer. Don't do this stuff no more. Why do you think it looks like a wiener that's coming out? Now you got Toad out here questioning about what his life choices were. But he ain't doing nothing wrong. He's gone and mixed with Sonic. Sonic is out here trying to speak with the people that gone and did this to Mr. Toad. Sonic's running for his life, and he's like, dude, there's a guy chasing me, Knuckle Sandwich, and it's Knuckle Sandwich from Pad Thai Harold and Kumar, where they go to Guantanamo Bay. And it's like, you want to get a peacock meat sandwich when there's an atomic bomb coming out. And it's like, dude, guys, do y'all not realize that that thing is dangerous? Why y'all doing that anyway at all, even when you're trying? All of a sudden, the light creature from Zelda comes out of the thing, and she's like, yo, dude, y'all, next time y'all try to split me and my partner up, y'all gonna have to see something else. You might see a big booty coming out of that thing. Other than that, she's like, what do you mean? She's like, I don't need to be disconnected one time from my computer programmed Zelda. And Zelda, she's like, I mean, from Link. And she's like, what do you mean from Zelda and Link? She's like, I can't be away from either one of them. I'm in their world. Hercules comes in, and he's like, dude, I'm going to have a contest with Bam Bam about Jabba the Hutt trying to throw people into that pit of monsters. And he's like, dude, he comes in with Bam Bam, and Hercules is all like, dude, isn't this one of the people from where we saw? And now we're over here walking around with the dude with stomping around, and he's all like, in that show. And he's all like, how are we going to end that guy that was doing those one things? In the end game, now we're in the FNCS Grand Finals, and then Iron Man's falling down into this thing with his new iron suit of a thing that he's got a space outfit going on. And people are like, well, he doesn't got a space outfit. That's just the thing that he's got, and people think that it's somebody else. He keeps blaming other people. Loki's like, dude, man, y'all got to keep this down a little bit because my house is just around the corner. And then Odin comes in. He's like, yo, y'all have a problem around here? Y'all gonna have to bring it up with Thor. He's next in line for getting all this stuff. But y'all forget about who. And then Thor's like, but y'all forget about something. Who's the one out here talking about Ragnarok, and who's the one that brought in Fortnite? And all of a sudden, the stone pocket full of stone pimp C talking about pocket full of stones comes out, and it's the man that he's all like, hey man, y'all want to go on and try a game of Fortnite? When Batman's talking, trying to find Thor and Aquaman. And they're all over there. It's like, well, guess what? This all leads to a sensation department where now we got Dakota's talking with Mr. Australia, and he's with the guy that's talking with the voiceover, Mr. Rocks and Pocket Full of Stones. And he's like, dude, we need to go and get copyright strike about who's gone on and did this because they think that I'm a rock man. Basically, that you might as well get Dwayne The Rock Johnson on here, and he's starting to do WWE entrances as hell. And that's like, what is this, man? I have to go and understand the stuff that's gone on when you say the word this way. And I was like, hey, how do you say this? And somebody's like A, B, C, D, and it's like somebody's like like Porsche 911. And it's like, dude, what do you mean press 911? My kid got my phone, and he's riding around. Tim's like, dude, we need to get this situated because you're wearing the Galaxy skin. And it's like, dude, you need to go on and figure out how we're going to get this situated. It's like, it's my duty. It's like, you got space, sir. I got time for punch-ins and stuff like that, but you got to handle what's going on, that 0 point energy everywhere when everybody's watching Travis Scott making a celebration in front of everybody. Now it's Eminem doing like, hey, man, it's the death of Slim Shady. So he's out here paying depths about everybody with Johnny, who's playing the Jack Sparrow. So, dude, that's just the way it is. And then when we start wondering about where the Flying Dutchman came in, and they start doing stuff, and she's like, have you ever been to a celebration about where we go do things for fun? And it's like, well, guess what? I have to tell you something. Where did you go? Because I've been running around this place acting like I know everything, which I don't do. I'm just telling you about how the movie that we're going to go watch to celebrate this thing is going on. But the movie is like, maybe that way it's going to be that way. So one thing it is, she's like, I'm going to take lead right leg, and she's going to take left leg, and they're now grappling around, moving around like this because they're inside this mech thing, and they're all like, hey, man, they're fighting this thing, and she's got Polar Peak on her back. So Pablo's all like, you got Polar Peak on your back? And you gonna have to do this for me? What can I do for you? She's like, well, I can't do this romance scene now, Mr. Pablo. There's a guy coming after me. And it's like, it's not a guy again. And now all these ladies are having this internal frustration inside the mech. And it's a different reality where she's like, she's falling down, and she's falling down, lands down. And it's like, Clash of Titans, and all like the things come out, and they're all walking out of that thing. It's like, goodness me. I'm like, they're all naked. They're all like coming out of this thing naked, and everybody's in Fortnite. And it's like, dude, y'all need to go and put your Apache outfits on real quick because there's kids that been going on since time began. And it's like, well, you need to go ahead and call Pablo about that. It's like, well, I'm not going to be the one that's going to give you these outfits. Y'all going to have to go loot for yourself. So now these girls are running, girls gone wild, trying to find outfits inside of Fortnite. And they're out here putting skins on and pajamas and all these beautiful looks. And everybody's all like, wow, these skins look good. These girls have gone on and put skins on that aren't even theirs. They're acting like these part of this world, and they're now like become like all these different skins. All of a sudden, recon expert comes in. She's like, dude, if y'all keep on taking my things in the future, we're gonna have a discussion about this now. And she's like, what are we talking about? It's like, if you don't get that going, I'm gonna call that police officer down there that's driving that car with the Dumb and Dumber police officer pulling them over when they got the car full, and he's about to tell them right now, you want me to prove to y'all that she knows time. So she starts saying he's gonna say this, and then he's like, well, that's exactly what I was thinking, but I'm gonna just take off. And all of a sudden, the guy's like trying to chase after the guys are in the police car, and Big Lebowski's in the front seat, and Bam Bam is in the front banging stuff on the car door. And it's like, where have we gone, dude? Get off the car hood, man. You're gonna. He's like, don't tell my son that. He's like, well, that's the first time you ever denied me. Is that something you want to do here? He's like, well, that's my son banging on the front door. And all of a sudden, the ego comes in. He's like, did somebody say something again? All of a sudden, we're like, dude, this has gone out of control. Peter Quill starts playing. And it's like, dude, what's going on here? It's like, I need to calm that area down. So now they're driving down this thing where there's universes and stuff everywhere they go, because Pablo stepped in and said, dude, listen, man, somebody's asking about doing this thing about covering all overalls. And he's like, hey, I don't know what else to do. Mr. Tim is out here saying he's got time in his pocket. And he's telling me, dude, this is getting out of hand. There's girls gone wild going on in Fortnite for a moment. But I'm not going to go and give these girls the skins out, because that's not where I'm going to cover them. So what do I do here? And then he's all like, dude, Ego's like, dude, there's stuff on the map sometime. There's stuff on the map. It's like what to get to eat. And then I'm like, dude, what you talking about, man? You never know what you're going to find out there. And it's like, well, that's what I'm trying to say. And it's like, dude, all this stuff is getting a little bit confusing, but Ego's out here telling people, hey, dude, yo, don't go messing with my maps, because I'm going to have to call Mr. Omega that's wearing the purple and black outfit on y'all again. Y'all need to get your tracks together. And it's all like your tracks together. I'm out here, got a truck down the road in the game. And I'm like, can you get my 18-wheeler unloaded with Amazon Prime when you download and get my app, so somebody can tell me how did I win against Ninja? But that's not the case, because I know how I did it. It's called this move that this dude was rolling down the hill making rolls in. It's Luke, and he's like, you're our only hope. Luke is doing these moves, and he's rolling down with a green lightsaber, and I knew how to do that because I saw him training one day. We were in training day, and he's like, dude, we brought all these characters in all these movies and stuff. And it's like, dude, well, guess what? As long as we do the paid promotion with Deadpool 3 and Wolverine, and you got this thing with What If going on about, hey, man, hey, if this is my commercial, man, let me go on and save this thing, man. And he's all like, well, let's do something nice about it with Mr. If, because now at this point, If has gone on and gone and broken the eggs open. He's all like broken the eggs open. It's become Easter. We're out here. It's like, boo, boo. It's Tfue versus Ninja in the game. And we're all like, now we're moving on to another thing. But it's like, how are we moving back in time? Because somebody's called the Land Before Time into the game. And now it's like Pablo's played against Ninja. Now it's Ninja and Tfue. And he's got the Easter Bunny outfit. But he's on top of the cliff with Ninja. And they're all like, dude, who's going to take it on? It's like, well, this week's going to be a little bit different, because Whis has come in from Dragon Ball Z. They're all back in time, and they're like, dude, I'm discombobulated hungry, dude. The Flash is like, I got this for you. So they're now made a portal through time, and Whis is like, dude, you don't need to be doing this for me, man. I don't need your help for this. We're going to go back and see what's happening here, but we need to have some food. So Wonka's now in here with everybody. We're sitting on top of that mountain where there's all these precious Zelda. She's trying to sit there with her telescope to see what's going on with Ninja and Tfue. And they're all like, it's the beginning of the time when they started to meet. And it's like, well, what is he wearing? He's wearing the Easter Bunny outfit. It's the Easter Bunny's gone on and done said everybody, hey, listen, I ain't Pink Panther or nothing, but this is Easter Pink, I would say. And it's like, that's what Drake was saying the other day, when we got to keep going about when we're going to continue this game, and tell me who's going to be like, hey, man, how you gonna call me that when I darn did the slam dunk with Shaquille O'Neal and the lightsaber? And Pablo's just admitted to everybody in front of everybody, and all everybody's chasing Pablo now because he's the one that says he's got the lightsaber against Ninja. So now the whole entire server's chasing him, and they've disregarded, and Pablo's gone and saved the monster for Polar Peak. And all the mechs are just laying there, and they're like, well, guess what? Now we gotta go do something about them, because they're out here on the 4th floor inside a competitive Fortnite endgame, and we're playing Booga's endgame. We're all lost in time, and I'm like, Tim, dude, you're telling me about how we got to get these people's skins and stuff, but we're losing time here, man. We got to go watch the game. So it's like, we're going to go watch the game, but I got futures for it. He's like, dude, I've been telling people about these futures, but they don't want to take my thing for parlay. And I'm like, well, because you know what? I gone in and said, you better not take his money no more because he's going to take all y'all's money at the slot machines. But then some guy comes in, Electrode from Pokemon, and says, what happens if you put water from like Gyarados inside of a slot machine? And Tim's like, don't do that because that's how we're trying to do these games with the Rams. But I've gone and changed time, and I'm not betting on the Rams no more because Xerxes is out here trying to do stuff. And I'm like, well, who could that be? He's out there trying to do stuff, and he's wearing the skin outfit. And it's like, what outfit is it? It's the gold one. Well, there's so many gold ones. The golden eye or what? No, bro. He's the one wearing the one that has the thing that looks like he's, what's his name? The golden boy. Gold Boy has a vault downstairs and there's people out here doing stuff. And it's all like, dude, like, hey, man, he keeps touching everything, becoming gold. It's gold and green and leprechauns because now the gold green thumb guy is coming out with his green thumb making nature. And now it's like the leprechauns like, dude, that's my color.